Okay. Hi, my name is Jose Morel, and today we're gonna be, well, tonight, this evening, we're gonna be talking about the features, the different features of this car. Okay, let's start with the headlights first. You should always have working headlights. It's important for you to have headlights that are bright, especially for night driving, so you'll be able to see the road. Camera up here too, Patty. You gotta pay attention. Yeah, hi. Okay, Patty, back a little. Okay, it's important for your backlights also to work, especially the emergency lights and your blinkers. Your blinkers tell the driver behind you which direction you're turning, and the right blinker, if it's on, tells the person behind you that you're turning right, and left, vice versa. You should always have a valid license plate, so you don't get pulled over or arrested. And other safety features, you should always have tires that aren't flat and that are working. And to check if your tires need air or anything, we would do the penny test. We would stick the penny in here, and we would see if we could see Lincoln's head. And of course, Lincoln's head pops up, meaning this tire's A-okay. And the things about tires, you have to be careful when you're driving out at during a storm, especially during a rainstorm or a snowstorm. If you go past a certain speed, 35 miles per hour, your tires will start become elevated above the ground, and they'll start driving on top of the water, which is dangerous because you can start skidding, and a lot of accidents happen this way. Oh, another important thing about the back: don't trunk, because when you try, it's really dangerous because one, it's stupid. Two, if you're in a crash and somebody rear ends you, somebody could get really hurt, maybe even die. Even if you aren't in an accident, it's really dangerous for you to be back here because you can be hurt in many ways. The rear view mirrors, you should always make sure they're not broken and that they work, that you're able to see them, so you can see vehicles behind you and maybe on the side of you. There's also windows inside of the car, a mirror inside of the car, your rear view mirror, which you should always adjust so you can see the back of your car, especially when you're parallel parking or you're going in reverse. But the thing about your mirrors, there are blind spots to the mirrors, so you have to be careful. Like sometimes on a truck has this big blind spot, and if he doesn't see you and he decides to turn or come into your lane, you're gonna get hit. The thing is, if you can see the driver, he can see you. Okay? Well, inside of the car, this is the steering wheel. Your hands should be at the 9 o'clock and 3 o'clock position when you're driving. Gotta be careful. Here, the gadget, here are the different meters. One tells you if your gas tank is full, your speed, etc. Yes? What?
I can't see it.
It's okay if you can't see it. We'll try to zoom in a little. Well, anyway, the gauges are there. And here's your here's maybe the radio sets and stuff, the stereo system. The thing about that is, well, you shouldn't. It's better if you don't have it on when you're driving, and includes your cell phone, because these both can be distractions to you when you drive, because it uses the same part of the brain as you use when you're driving. So you're not paying that much attention to the road. And usually we learned that the first thing a person does when they're driving and then they look at their cell phone, the first thing they do is slow down. And that's not good for you or the driver behind you, because there could be accidents or somebody maybe not paying attention. Also, this car there's space here. So say you took this car during your test, it would pass the test. Well, if it's clean. If it was clean, it would pass the test because the instructor would be able to slip his foot under next to yours to press the brakes if there's any problem that occurs and if he needs to. Also, another thing about driving, always have your seatbelt on. You can get in trouble if you don't have your seatbelt on. You can get arrested and fined. And not only that, seatbelts are meant to protect you, especially during crashes. That and the airbag. Another thing, don't ever drink and drive. Because when you're drinking and driving, you put yourself and maybe others that are with you in danger. Because one, you can't think right, and you'll start skidding around. Maybe you won't be able to react as fast also. So yeah, be careful with that. Also, if you have a child and they're in front, you should they should be in a booster seat if they're above 85 pounds, I think it was, and wait, no, well, it's a certain age. If they're below 8 years old or below 85 pounds, they should be in a booster seat until they're old enough or big enough. Excuse me. And yeah, that's pretty much it. That's Jose Morel inspecting a car. Thank you for watching, and have a good night.